Hello everyone, welcome back to Plan B Terraform. We were setting up a train. We set up a train last time. I mean, we experimented with how train mechanics work. And we have a train track and some bad stations at the ends of it, but we'll get there. Hello, put me back in mineral mode? Okay. So what we were taking stuff from up here, from down here, right? Yeah. And we discovered that having multiple loading things is important. Oh, and also that distance from the loading areas matters, so I should probably just make a few more of these, right? To load from here up into these more quickly. And it'll also get stuff into the train faster. I guess throw a couple in there as well, and they should balance everything, right? So that all of this can load. And this is just steel bars we're shipping, right? Yeah. Because we wanted to make reinforced concrete. Okay. So up at this end... I mean, okay, is this the absolute most efficient train station layout? No. Let's just throw some over here on this side as well to help with the loading and unloading. Really what I should do is like move the station? I don't know. So let's get a mining operation going with a depot centered like here for sulfur. And get it mostly surrounded. And then, like, you know what? There's gotta be a button for, like, okay, delete. Delete is the button to activate bulldozer. Kind of awkward to get to, but fine. So a factory for concrete, please. And then a depot for concrete. I believe one depot is enough throughput for this, right? Oh, I put it kind of far away from the station, but I think that's okay. Is it though? You know, let's... Where's the train stuff? Here it is. Let's just replace this with a normal... Oh, I can't... Put a train... Put the station on this side, basically. And I'll have to redo the route. Actually... It still thinks it's going here, which is a little weird, but okay. So this is losing a tiny bit of my steel bars or whatever, but no big deal. And we're building up all this stuff. That's cool. We need a way to get stuff from here to here because I built it kind of far away, so, you know, whatever. I'm actually going to build it like the tiniest little truck stop. It's going to be... Maybe I don't have to? I don't know. Let's see. If I build... Ah. Don't forget we need a second train stop here, right? To load up the... So we need one stop to drop off. Steel bars, and another stop to pick up reinforced concrete after we've built it together with this stuff. So I mean, I could put the stop like here or something. I don't know. Let's just first let's assume that at some point in the future I'll want to mine all this out too. And presumably turn that into concrete as well. Which would happen over here, I guess. And then it's kind of like on the path already, right? I don't know. Stupid. Figuring out, like, layout is hard. Also, everything else is hard. In case anyone was unclear on that. So, I have to put down a factory somewhere. And the factory needs to take this as input and this as input, right? And it needs to have output, like, near the train line, basically. So let's just, I don't know, put the factory right here, where it's exactly inconvenient. Ugh. Let's maybe not do that. Because I can, if I put the factory here, then it can consume input from the train directly. I don't have to, like, ship it somewhere. And, you know, maybe we'll make a couple of them, right? So this, we can make another depot for concrete. And honestly, if I do like this, these guys might just figure out to move it for me, right? It's pretty inefficient, but I don't have to build any trucks. And I think the throughput is still fine. I can put a depot for their output. Reinforced concrete here. In fact, I mean, I don't know. Is that where I want it? Not exactly. How do I get it to the train line? Because I want, like, one thing I could do, and maybe it's reasonable, is to, what the fuck? Let the train, like, continue. I mean, I don't know. Do I need this? I guess not. So I could... A thing that seems sort of natural is to let this train line continue on and have kind of another loopy thingy. How do I... Let's see. Starting here, if we build a little diversion that comes through here, I was thinking. Then we could put a stop right here, and it could, like, but I don't quite have, I don't know, something feels wrong about this. But I'm doing it. Oh, it's so cursed. Okay, but we can put in a couple of these, right? And put a train stop here that can load from all three of them, right? Like, is that so bad? It doesn't look that bad. Okay, so can I... These lines, they can cross. So what is it saying? Oh, I just can't have it end here. That's fine. So they're allowed to cross. Great. So at some point, maybe we'll... Well, we can probably actually just rip this out because the city's not going to want concrete anymore, right? Let's go a little bit further. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Maybe even a bit more over? Like here? Okay, you know what? Let's build that much, and then I have to design what is going on here, right? This place wants a depot for reinforced concrete that has to go somewhere, and we want, like, several depots so that they can load and unload quickly. So, I mean, first of all, honestly, they don't want this at all, guys. And they never... Oh, I have to close the line first. How do I even do that? Here? Yes. Okay, there's one tiny bit of road there. I'm not messing with that. So I don't think trucks are going to be completely phased out. They're still useful for like shorter trips where you don't have, where you just have like two mineral patches that are kind of close to each other and you want them to work together or something. But for delivering to cities, we're gonna want trains, I think. Okay, so we build our dang old depot here, or depots probably. Like, I guess we only need multiple depots for unloading from the train, right? Those can all load onto one depot, which then loads into the city. So we could have a setup like this or something that has a train stop, you know, here. I mean, I feel like this, clearly I should somehow be able to put together 4 train stations that all, yeah, 4. That all like can reach this same spot. It seems hard right now. It shouldn't be. I guess I'm a little bit over. Whatever. And then we just need it to be able to turn around, right? So it needs to be able to do that. And if I set your origin to be here, taking reinforced concrete. Now I have to fix the train line here. Well, actually, it looks like it's somehow sort of trying to still work. I don't understand how that can be. Because I deleted the stop it was stopping at before. There. And how much can you bring a year with one train? 40. Well, we want more than that, right? Let's bring like, I don't know, 300? Trains are cheap, right? I think. Are trains cheap? You have 88 trains. I can afford 7 of them here. You know, do I actually have that much iron or steel bar production? No, I don't think so. So did this train actually fill up all the way? It did. So these drones are working fast enough to do all this, provided that we have enough input for them. Which we don't. Well, I don't know. These trains kind of stacked up. There's... Yeah, actually, they all filled up. But I don't think this is going to fill back up by the time the trains are back, right? Like, we're only making 90 a year. It's one of these to 6 of these, right? 6. So I would need more to even support these 3 miners. So clearly too many trains. But that's okay. I thought it would be nice to get things started. And how about this route? There you go. That's tons of transport with just 2 trains. Tons of capacity, I should say. Why are you waiting? Did we already have a trip go through? I guess we did. Nice. Oh my god, they're building here. So I believe you are allowed to just bulldoze these and it doesn't hurt anything. These are really just decorative. So if I need the space back, I can have it. But the city is indeed now growing. What's my objective right now, by the way? Reach a population of 1,000 in your biggest city. Well, we'll... Wait. This isn't my biggest city. Why was I working on this? Isn't this my big city? Yes, what do they need? More reinforced concrete. Okay, well, we can... I mean... We could... This one could become our biggest city. We're gonna need to build inputs for those guys as well, of course. But... I wanted to set up trains. Okay, what's going on? These are saturated, right? So build more of them? This is, well... This is only dealing with the temporary glut that we have from buffering so much of this stuff, right? We can't actually support... Oh, the problem is these guys aren't close enough to... Right, they aren't close enough to this stuff to actually get their inputs. So we could, like, do this... And... I don't know. This. It's like horrible. And not even necessary because, like I said, we're not building enough iron to ship over here. Or mining enough iron. But if we were, this would be kind of cool. And it's fun to watch. Look at them go. So my hope is that this actually does cause this city to get quite large. Right? They want like 20-something reinforced concrete, which is no big deal. In fact, let's go look at the city that currently is our largest. And what are they demanding and what is their population? They want like 50 of everything, and they're at like 6. So let's say they maybe want 100 per year to get to 1,000. Well, we can supply 90 reinforced concrete a year, not 100, but that's close. And it wouldn't be too hard to add more. We'll just up the number of trucks here to, like, supply 100. These are supplying up to 72, so we just need a couple more of these. That's 108. Right? 4, 9, yeah, 108. Make it 120 for good measure, why not? And that's more than we need right now, because the city is not actually that large. But it's growing fast. And it should be getting its reinforced concrete needs met. Needs met. This is just such a spaghetti train station. So let's clean this up, because as you can see, it has really not lived up to its potential. Let's just... Let's... I mean, what I mean to say is let's clean up the mine, increase the size of the mining operation. And I'm just like trying to figure out the right way to do that. Even though it's obviously very simple. And I'm thinking like... How do I connect this up here? Do I just run a couple of depots? It seems a little stupid. But it does work? And I can easily throw more mining around these extra depots as well. This one wouldn't reach anything. I have no idea how many miners I have now. Do I have over 30? It looks close, right? 6, 12, 15 here. This has got to be more than 15. So I could use a couple more factories to even out. I think. It doesn't look like they're all running. But I guess some of them are still buffering. Why isn't this one going? I mean, it doesn't have any iron, obviously, but why specifically that one? Do I need more depots here just to improve the logistics? Or do I really not have enough miners? I said 30. But that's the wrong number, right? Oh no, when I had 5 of these, 30 was the right number. But it's 6 to 1. 6, 6, 6, 6. It's about 3 over there and 3 here. So I can support 6 of these. Some of them are just going to be running idle because I'm stupid. That seems fine. I mean, let's just delete this one so I know it's idle. There you go. So, is anything piling up here? Not really. Well, this drone is pretty busy, isn't he? He has a long way to go. No, they have downtime. Okay. I'll assume they're doing this efficiently then. And, I mean, I was going to say we're doing okay because we don't have a backup of trains. I don't think that's quite true because the trains leave when they're not 100% full. Right, they leave when they stop getting loaded. But we're loading up like over half a train every time. I don't know about every time. Yeah, I mean that one is more than half a train. I could turn down the supply frequency a bit. Because we really only need like 100, right? And this should be making more than 100. So let's see how that new city is doing. Or not the new city, the city that has newly started growing. 447. And their needs are escalating. They want like 44 of stuff. By the way, it's minus 44 right now? It's kept growing, so it... It's leveled... It hasn't leveled off. The amount of... Like I said, it looks like it's leveling off, but that's because it's a log scale chart. I think this is linear growth. And this is also linear. So maybe it'll level off eventually, but it hasn't yet. So this route, for example, I think is a good route to use trucks for, because you just don't need the huge capacity that a train has. And trucks are cheaper and easier and require less space. Why are you... Oh, there was no place to put the reinforced concrete. This depot was full. Very funny. So it's going to come back here. Where's the other train? Here it is. It's going up there totally full, of course. So we're only unloading a small fraction of our total capacity, which is a little bit silly. Yeah, and stuff is backing up here, but not because of drone logistics, because there's just no need to make... There's no demand for all the reinforced concrete that we're making. What a horrible layout. Oh my god. Ah! What the heck? Google Calendar. Do I have something going on today? I didn't think I did. No, it's reminding me I have something going on a day from now. Which, you know, my own fault. I have it set up like, yes, please notify me a day before things happen. But the sound alert is a little annoying when you're recording. Like, Discord knows to turn off noises when you're recording, which is nice. But I'm not going to, like, close my Google Calendar tab every time I start a video. I just have so few things on my calendar that usually it's not an issue. Okay. So this whole train operation is going fine, aside from being, like, laughable and also completely the wrong size. It's accomplishing our goal of getting all this stuff going. And the city is growing, you know, a little slowly, but that gives us time to go revisit this setup. These guys aren't mining because there's no demand. These guys have stopped mining because there's no supply anymore, so eventually we're going to need to re-set up this whole thing. Oh, in fact, yeah, I mean, reinforced concrete... Well, we knew this, but... Reinforced concrete is definitely the bottleneck for these guys. Well, no? This is the concrete line. God, I gotta delete this. Nobody wants this, right? Just double check before I delete it? Yeah. So no one wants that. Okay. And now we only see trucks that are delivering reinforced concrete. And they come with some frequency. But the fact that there are trucks lined up here while the city wants more reinforced concrete is evidence that we're not making enough, right? So this can't run full time because it needs more concrete. I mean, that's the easiest thing in the world to fix, right? This isn't running full time because it needs more sulfur, so I guess we just need a bigger mining operation. Which I will set up in the most horrible way. There you go. That's more mining, and they're gonna have to hop like this to get it delivered, but that's fine. Let's make this a Mark II. So that I can just throw another factory in here to speed things up in case we're over delivering, which I think we are. Won't do any good unless we have these running at double capacity too, of course. But that's fine, I can just do that. Can't I? No, this one's not getting its input from anywhere. It would have to be over here. Obviously, we're fully loaded on this stuff right now, but I think that's going to stop being quite so true. Hopefully. Yeah, this is now fully buffered, so if we just throw another one in here, that'll improve our production a bit. Who cares about ratios? Just like look at bottlenecks and throw money at the problem. God, what a horrible everything. But it's working, right? Really? You grabbed something from here and took it all the way there. I guess that's within range 2 of you. Yeah, that makes sense. Just seems like a long flight. Okay, we did it. So, objective, increase the temperature by 10 degrees. Well, we've done it, right? We increased it by 14 because I was so slow at finishing the last level. So we did 2 at once, right? Well, no? So this is stuff that's been unlocked for me to finish level 8, but level 8 is already done. Okay, if I could close that, it reopens. And we don't get any new items to work on this city thing. But I've already done this too, haven't I? Yeah. Okay. So we learned about metal waste. Not sure what the deal with that is. Waste disposal. So cities that are large enough, in addition to needing inputs, they have an output that they need you to take away from them. And I guess you recycle it? Okay, and then reach a total population of 3,000 is our next goal. Which... it seems like we could do without actually handling waste for anybody, right? Because... where's our biggest city? It's over here now. Yeah, it grew a little bit above... it got to 1,000, and then... they said, hey, we don't have any high-tech parts, so we can't grow anymore. So I'm not sure why they're teaching us about waste yet, if we don't have any cities that need waste, and we can easily reach a total population of 3,000 without disposing any waste, but fine. So this supply center is confusing, because... it said it wanted high-tech parts, and then the city shrank, and it doesn't want it anymore. Right? Why is the city... like, I get that they're not getting any high-tech parts, and so they can't grow, but it seems like there should be a little bit of a buffer where they can be like, oh yeah, we have all of everything we needed to get to 1,000, so we're not going to shrink beyond that, but we just won't grow beyond it either. But yeah, okay, whatever. If I start getting high-tech parts here, it'll start growing and this won't be an issue. And I know high-tech parts are what they want, so I can bring them in. My recollection is that high-tech parts want mechanical parts and aluminum bars, right? They're not the ones that need polymer. Let me just double-check that. Nope, they want aluminum and polymer. Okay. So wasn't there something that needed mechanical parts? I guess it was like trains and that stuff, right? Yeah, trains needed mechanical parts. And the greenhouse gas generator. Okay. Which, by the way, I think I have the production for that turned off, and I had it making trains instead. Probably about time to switch it back since I have 1,000 trains. This city is like giving me a headache. Because I'm gonna have to bulldoze stuff to get another part in, and or wait. Is that true? Can I just build another supply center out here if I want? I can. This is next to the city. Well, that certainly saves me from having to build a really tight train station. The kind of responsible, principled thing to do would be to figure out how to have one supply center do everything. But this is so much easier. Okay, so if I were going to make high-tech parts, we need aluminum, but we don't need iron. So the closest aluminum deposit to this place mean, it's kind of 100 miles away, right? That's not aluminum, is it? It's fluorite? Or, yeah. That's the city itself. It's pretty far. Where the hell is aluminum? I'm not shipping it from across the planet. Who put this city here? There's no aluminum. Didn't you guys do a rudimentary survey? What is this, by the way? Is this my greenhouse gas generators or something? Yeah, very funny. I remember those were at the South Pole. So there's some aluminum there, but that's like half a globe away. That's more fluorite. This is crazy. I wonder, like, if it might be worth building something like a bus. Like, not really a bus, because it doesn't make that much sense when you have to build point-to-point train stations. You can't just have belts that go straight. But, like, kind of a globe-spanning network of aluminum, for example. Like, maybe I just assemble high-tech parts for everything in the world right here. I say this aluminum ore patch is only for high-tech parts. If anybody else needs high-tech parts, I just build a train track from here to there. Right, I have 1,000 train tracks. Honestly, that's not going to go that far, right? Like, if I say, build me a train track from here to here, I guess it's not going to tell me how many it would cost, huh? Well, I mean, I guess I have enough to span the globe at least. The pathfinding isn't very happy about this. Which is weird. You'd think this is, I mean, obviously, I think the way the pathfinding is working is every time you move the mouse, it's doing some kind of pathfinding algorithm, presumably A star or something, to find the best way from where you started to where you're going. But this is exactly the kind of thing that can be cached ahead of time. The best path from anywhere to anywhere. And you could, like, update it when, you know, new buildings are placed or whatever. You could invalidate part of the cache or whatever. But it just seems like such an unpleasant, you know, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's early access, right? But this feels horrible. The thing, like, having trouble routing over there because it's searching the whole globe. When it's, you know, here it's a little bit slow, but no big deal. And I think that's because there's kind of only one reasonable way to get from here to over here. It's less than half the globe, and so you just kind of like go straight, and most of the other paths are unreasonable, and so they get discounted relatively quickly. But when you're going like exactly half a globe away, then coming from any direction could be sort of reasonable, and so I think it probably has to explore the whole globe here. Look at this. We've like frozen time. Doing this, it's still day 28. Like, a day is supposed to be a second, isn't it? And when we do this, time like stands still because the engine is spending all of its power on this completely uninteresting pathfinding operation. So, I assume that's something they'll work on, you know, at some point, because it is kind of ugly. But in principle, I mean, in practice, it doesn't really matter, right? I'm just shocked there's no closer aluminum. I guess, is this aluminum? Yeah. It's still pretty far, though, right? It's not much closer than this. And this is a bigger patch that's more convenient, I think. There's this aluminum patch here. which, you know, I could ship aluminum up to this city as well. Obviously, they don't want it yet because they're not getting enough reinforced concrete. Why not? I thought I, like, built this up to supply enough stuff, didn't I? It looks like the bottleneck is sulfur input. Right? Why is this making concrete? Ah, it goes over here, I see. Because all this sulfur mining is happening. And these guys have plenty of iron. But... no, plenty of sulfur. No, some of them have plenty of sulfur, some of them don't. But we're making plenty of concrete, actually. The concrete... so I guess I need more factories, actually? That's a little surprising. Well, I guess it's not. These only make 30 a year, right? So, if we want to supply 100, we need 4 of them. It has a capacity of 30? Oh my god. Like, this needs trains. These trucks are not enough. I mean, I can throw 1,000,000 trucks at it for now. Which I'm gonna do. Oh, left shift to add 10. Okay, fine. So I didn't have to do quite that much clicking. So now the concrete supplies are dwindling, and so are the iron supplies, really. Or it's not iron, it's steel bars. But this stuff is buffering, right? So I'm not quite sure necessarily what the bottlenecks are. The fact that there isn't concrete lying or sulfur lying around at these things, though, means that if we built more sulfur miners, we would probably be improving the throughput somehow. Although, don't we have more sulfur mining than iron mining? Why does it look like iron mining isn't a bottleneck? Huh. I don't know. That'll help a little. So we have these 4 things currently running full tilt, but they're exhausting our input buffer. Because they're using 120 concrete and steel per year, which is also 120 iron, right? And 120 concrete. Oh no, it's even more. Oh my god, I forgot. A steel bar is 3 iron. How much? And concrete is 3 sulfur. Ah, so we need like 360 miners. Wait, sorry. 360 supply, which is 24 miners of each of these. We clearly don't have that. Oh my god, look at this convoy. Yeah, they're backed up now. We're not making stuff fast enough because we don't have enough input anymore. I mean, on the other hand, it is only 24 miners that you need, right? Oh, but how many of these do you need? 4. Right? If we want 120. And I have 2. So, like, I can squeeze another one in there. And that gets us to 90. I don't know. I'm just, like, not going to finish this episode, I guess. This place is a nightmare. I would love to bulldoze this and put in a train line, but cargo capacity is not actually the bottleneck. The capacity to produce sufficient reinforced concrete is the problem. So why was it so easy? Well, you know, easy in quotes, over here. Was it just because I put down a... I guess it was because I didn't try to do them both in one place, right? I said, let's just set up a big mining operation, and obviously we'll put it all into factories for one of the inputs here. And then elsewhere, I also said, let's just build a big thing and chuck it on a train. Having to build 2 big things and have them have a nice interface where they overlap is a little tricky as part of the mining operation. Well, this is interesting. So are we actually supplying the trains sufficiently here? It looks like we are. Because that train left full, and there was buffer behind. How are things going at this end? We have a lot of steel bars. We don't have that much reinforced concrete, though. Yeah, the trains coming back, it didn't use all of the reinforced concrete, but it used most of it. And then we load it back up, and it's like, okay, see you later. I don't know. We load up a lot of it, I guess. But more concrete input would be nice, right? All these things are dying on concrete. What is all this? This is sulfur. We're not making enough sulfur. No, wait a minute. Why is this full, but this wasn't running? We don't have enough actual drone logistics, right? This one drone is doing too many things. Or these 2 drones, I guess. I think that must be what's going on, because otherwise this should be running. Okay, I mean, that's sort of an easy fix. Here you go. So maybe that's why the city actually shrinks, is because we just barely supply enough reinforced concrete. It's not because they want high-tech parts and don't have any. No, there's tons of reinforced concrete up there. Okay. Well, never mind that idea. Okay, well, I'm going to put this away for now. And I guess tomorrow, what are we looking at? Are we trying to get these guys high-tech parts, or... I guess so, because that would help with a total population of 3,000. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.